Guys, I see a new wave of fear and fear mongering in the crypto market. And every time crypto dips a little bit, people are like, oh, the bull run is over. No, the bull run is not over, but it might have actually been delayed. I do think things will calm down after the election, both geopolitically and financially. I think a lot of it is this noise around the October surprise. I do think it is in the calculus of a lot of leaders to actually manipulate this time, like 1 month before the election. And yes, I know there's like regional conflict, and that might bring oil up, and it has brought oil up a couple of dollars. And of course, I would hold some dry powder right now, of course, because Israel is probably going to strike back at Iran at some time, and I do expect a market dip at that point. How low it'll dip, maybe like 55, maybe 56, maybe 58, something like that. It will be a dip when Israel strikes back, and then we'll see Iran's retaliatory response. And right now, it's especially precarious because Iran's oil reserves have not been taken off the table for an Israeli strike. And if they strike the oil reserves, the oil price is going to go up, especially if it affects the transfers in the Strait of Hormuz. Now, it is going to be pretty much contained in a regional conflict. None of those powers have any real ability to strike the United States. Maybe for like within like a terrorist attack or something, but not like a formal military action against the United States. They don't have that ability, and none of the other major powers are going to back them in doing that anyways. Yes, Russia is one of the biggest state sponsors of Iran, but the thing is, like, Russia has its own issues right now with the Ukrainian war, so they're not going to be too interested in supporting Iran in like a bigger operation. And of course, Iran did that like giant missile barrage, but it didn't actually hit anyone, didn't kill anyone, and most of them got shot down. So that was basically more of a warning shot to Israel than anything else. But Israel obviously is going to take advantage of that and then strike back at Iran. And so we have this problem right now where, it's going to be a lot of back and forth, and that's going to cause a lot of uncertainty in the market. I do think it is part of Netanyahu's calculus to actually do this in October, because this kind of upheaval does actually help Donald Trump in the elections, and he's made it no secret that he prefers a Trump presidency over a Biden one, because Trump is more pro-Israel than Biden is, obviously. So that's really where we are for right now in terms of like how things are going. I'm still not too afraid. I still think after the election, things will actually calm down as like some of those like plans are kind of like either falling apart or maneuvering into place. And I do think if you look at the 4-year chart of Bitcoin, I do think you'll see that November and December 4 years ago was when it actually rose. Now, we were hoping for an October, and I do think we will go up in October when it's all said and done. Remember in September at the beginning when we dropped, people were all like, oh, it's over, bull run is over, but we ended up September about 10% up from where we started September. We started September at 57, 58,000, ended up about 63K, and now we're like starting October, dropping down to 60K. We might end at 70K or possibly even more. So I think October is still here, but it's going to be a little bit tougher than what we think. And of course, a lot of players might want to do October surprises, so we might actually have to wait until next month due to this being an election year. It's weird that like the Bitcoin halving always falls on an election year. That's just how it was signaled, like, when Bitcoin was like kind of started, and that's just how the cycle actually works out, which is too bad because there's usually a lot of upheaval, but I do think it will actually calm down after November, and regardless of who wins, I do think we are going to go up starting in November into December and January, so just hold on to your hats, don't panic sell, and I will see you guys later.